I love what I can see. What's expected of you? What's expected of me? Now it's 2:45. Let it all get away. Oh, what the hell can I do to fill the pages? The strangers kiss the girl, take it in, feel the ages. Time to, but it's all so good. So let up, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. Got everything I need. Clothes on my back, the wind on my teeth. What I control is me. There's more wood to burn. Oh, what the hell could I do to fill the pages? The strangers kiss the girl, take it in, feel the ages. Right through, but I feel so good. Oh my God, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait, can't wait, can't
Alright, I'm done.
I love what I can.
Alright, I'm gonna do this real quiet because I think you're sleeping.
And there we stood, bled into something good. A love for me, easily infected by fireworks and cinnamon gum. Around the
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the end of the year. And good riddance, am I right, folks? So, how was your 2019? I mean, mine sucked. I think a lot of people's did, actually. So, I'm pretty sure I'm not the first one to say this, but fuck this year. Fuck just about everything about it. And I am so happy that hopefully we will get to start over because, I mean, hey guys, it's the roaring 20s, am I right? That's actually trending. That is actually trending. And that wasn't the only thing that's trending today. Apparently, people shitting all over, excuse me, people shitting all over this year, and with good reason, I would have to say. Um, but that is not the only thing. That is not the only thing that was actually trending today. Uh, for some reason, and I was completely blown away by this, but for some reason, "It's Okay to Be White" was trending today, and this was actually something that happened, I think a couple years ago. And what happened with this, for those of you who aren't aware, was a couple people, not entirely sure who, I don't know if they ever made themselves known or whatnot, but they decided to post on those little bulletin boards in various campuses just a little, piece of paper that just said, "It's okay to be white." And a lot of people that are considered, left, very liberal, maybe a little bit of the snowflake mentality, they just completely lost their shit about it. So much so that I think it really begs the question: Is it not okay to be white? I mean, I don't see why there's an issue to be any race, color, creed, gender, any of that. But this was years ago, and for some reason, right before the end of this decade, the last day, this gets trending. And I mean, it was trending pretty much most of the day. The the quote unquote soy boys were flipping their shit over it. And I mean, just for instance, they had a guy that I saw make a post that says, "Well, okay, so just so they also know, it's okay not to be white." I mean, yeah, of course it's okay not to be white. It's okay to be white. It's okay to be, to be black. It's okay to be Asian. It's okay to be a woman. It's okay to be a man. You're failing to see the reason why they're posting this. Of course, yes, it's kind of a troll thing to do, but think about it. For instance, we actually have children who are almost brainwashed, in a way, to feel ashamed of the color of their skin, to feel ashamed because they've been told, white people are bad. Forgetting the fact that, hashtag not all white people. But yes, that is the thing that I kind of take away from this. Children are actually feeling guilty. They shouldn't feel guilty. They shouldn't have shame over the color of their skin. And that goes for anything, obviously. And in an ideal world, that is what it should be. But of course, we don't live in an ideal world. We live in clown world. I actually tweeted about it myself. I couldn't help it. I was like, really? And everyone always talks about the whole white privilege thing. Okay. And I'm like, okay, have some stranger tell me how I'm privileged. How I am inherently better because of the color of my skin or what's between my legs. Because, yeah, there might be some people that happen to be white and happen to be men that have it that have it made. I mean, look at a majority of Wall Street. But I can tell you this: I'm not in Wall Street. I'm working, essentially, just a little job, making ends meet, trying to at least. But I mean, I can tell you that I am not better than anyone that, just because of the color of my skin. It should all be about merits. It shouldn't be about, just on the surface level, and honestly, in a way, it kind of offends me because it's like, oh, okay, so if I was privileged, you know, going in a whole personal level on it, if I was so privileged, wouldn't my wife still be alive? If I was so privileged, wouldn't I have been able to get her a kidney? If I was so privileged, would I have been able to get her the life that she wanted to live, that she was robbed from? Because the medical system, insurance, doctors, the transplant coordinators and all that, the social workers, they viewed her as a statistic, as a number, as, oh, well, we don't want our numbers to look bad. So, and she was on the list too, but I mean, but I'm white. Shouldn't I have saved her? So yeah, I am a little bit bitter about that. And I don't think it's about the color of someone's skin. I think it's about, the amount of money that they're born in. Look at the people that are in the top 1% that have all the money in the world, that can get whatever the hell they want. And it doesn't matter what color skin they have. Oprah can get whatever the hell she wants. And she's a black woman. And yeah, you could say that Donald Trump can too. But it has nothing to do with the color of their skin. It's the fact that, one, some of them, like Donald Trump, were born with a silver spoon in their mouths. And some people actually work their way from the bottom to the top to become multimillionaires and billionaires. It has everything to do with money, in my opinion, not the color of their skin. I mean, we got into a point, now it seems like, at least to me, it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the amount of money that you have. And I think honestly, sometimes it feels like people want to be a victim. I don't. I want to try to better myself. And I think everyone else should too. But anyway, enough of all that crap. This is the Roaring 20s now. It's back. I say let's go and start wearing suits again. Fedoras. We'll take them back from the skeptics. And, because, I mean, everything is, the fun is being taken away from just about everything. So we're going to have fun in secret, I guess. Just like in the 20s where prohibition happened and alcohol was illegal. So what did we do? We created speakeasies. And we got people in secret. Had our own backwater moonshine and wine that was made from who knows what else. Don't forget the gambling too. But in that instance, I guess for us it would be edgy content, and I mean, I guess even porn in some aspects, because I guess that's a hot subject at this point. So this is the third day, guys. This is the last day, dawn of the final day. The moon is right upon us. It's gonna come crashing down, and then after that, what's gonna happen? The FTC gonna come and fuck us up real bad and shit? Is that what we're expected to have happen? Is big bad Google gonna come and take away all of the fun videos because they got greedy and they were trying to get as many many advertisers to come in and advertise on that family-friendly content, even though you have to be 13 years of age to have a YouTube channel. Yet for some weird reason, they had a YouTube Kids app legit targeting kids and encouraging people to make videos for kids. Is that our fault? Because I mean, I haven't been targeting videos for kids, and this is something I was talking about the other day. But I mean, let's think about this here for a second. You know, they got greedy because obviously, you know, all these parents are just sitting their kids in front of their cell phones and tablets because they don't want to parent anymore, and not every parent. Hashtag not all parents. But in general, a lot of them are just sitting their kids in front of a cell phone or a tablet, or if they have the YouTube app on their phone. If they have the YouTube app on their phone, you know, or on their Fire Stick, they're just sitting them in front, and they're not even checking what videos they're watching. They're just watching some random shit. Who knows what it is? That's why we got Elsagate, and people got outraged about it. And then they were told that they basically screamed at the FTC, "FTC, do something!" And then the whole COPPA thing. It's all about collecting data from children. But yet, we got roped into it. You know, they took their little buyout. You know. They paid the FTC, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars. I think it was almost $200 million. And, you know, basically they're washing their hands of it. And they just kind of fucked themselves up because they're just trying to make YouTube profitable. And I can't necessarily blame them for it. I mean, think about it. You have this platform and you see so much potential and everyone's using it. But you're not making a goddamn dime on it. Not one fucking cent, because all of this money is dealing with illegal bullshit. All of this money is dealing with hosting these servers and all these assholes and pieces of garbage putting video after video after video, and some of it's good, some of it's, you know, content ID'd, and you have to deal with that. So yeah, I get it, but you built this platform. At least the original people who made this platform built it upon us, the users, the content creators, making our own content because we were sick and tired of television and what it was standing for, you know. And we had an opportunity to make this shit ourselves, to express ourselves, to broadcast ourselves, and now it is being taken away from us slowly but surely. It is being taken away. The videos that we are seeing being shoved down our throats on this platform that you're watching this video on right now, is nothing more than a whole bunch of corporate channels. The number one YouTube channel now is an Indian channel that is essentially the same type of caliber as Vivo. That big, giant music channel. They basically just do music videos and all that. You know, and they were boasting, oh yeah, it's the number one. They beat PewDiePie. PewDiePie was one guy that had a couple people to help him. But now, move over. It's time for the corporations to take over. The CNNs, the Fox Media, you know, ABC, Disney. They're going to insert their foot in it because they see how popular it is. They see how much money they can make. But you have all these people advertising, you know, and They're advertising what? YouTube? They're paying less money to put their stuff on YouTube. And if they were to put that same advertisement on actual like television, they have to pay so much more. And now TV has inserted themselves into YouTube, and now YouTube is wanting to be TV. I mean, it's what more do I have to say about this? I think I think that's it. We're done. It's over. It's this platform is dead. I mean, honestly, that's one of the reasons why I put in a BitChute channel, and unfortunately, BitChute doesn't do live stream yet. But maybe they'll get to it. Stream Me was pretty nice, but they bit the dust. D Live, I don't know what's gonna happen with them. It could. Excuse me. It could be promising, but who knows? Who the hell really knows in the end what's going to be promising and what isn't? But all I can say for sure is that this has been a shit year for content creators in general. How many adpocalypses have we been through? And honestly, I'm glad that I have not tried to I am really, really happy that I tried not to make this as a career and try to monetize stuff. I really kind of felt uncomfortable doing it anyway. I mean, I tried to set monetization, but I never created an AdSense account. This was years ago, and I was like, I got a job, I make money, and there was a lot of times I wasn't able to do much in terms of making videos anyway because, I was taking care of my wife. So I was like, when I can put some stuff out, I'll just do it for fun, and that's really all I'll do. I still have a job, so that shouldn't be an issue, honestly. But now, there's been plenty of people that have relied on this platform for years, and they were raking in so very much money, for a long time. I mean, stupid money. And then, like I said, adpocalypse after adpocalypse was coming, and everyone was getting pissed, and everyone was getting worried because they were seeing the writing on the wall, but they were still trying to cling to whatever they could. And now, the FCC has come in, and they're trying to tell people, that anything that smells anywhere near to be children's content. And like I said, the whole idea of them saying, funny words or bright colors or music, it's really? There's got to be some stuff that you got to look at, and obviously, well, okay. I mean, yeah, anime is technically a cartoon, but I mean, there's tentacles here. I mean, is that really for kids? And you can actually age restrict your video to, users that are 18 years or older. And then they say, oh, but kids can lie. They can make a YouTube channel and say that they're 25, and they do. They actually do that. That's not a joke. But you can't stop that. You can't assume that children are going to be honest if they want to watch whatever. And it's not like they put, blatant porn on this website. They haven't. This isn't Pornhub. So, but oh my God, that's why I was like, if there was an entity that really dropped the ball, is it YouTube for this year? I mean, holy shit. I think they've honestly made it to where they're uh this website isn't going to be viable for them, and they might just have to close shop and just be like, so long and thanks for all the fish. Because when you get it to where, you can't monetize if you're a kid's channel, you can't monetize if you're an adult channel, and there's this fine line in between that's not for kids and it's not age restricted, I mean, and then, like I said, the FTC, I'm sure they're going to try to get a big guy, a big name that's got a lot of viewers, a lot of subscribers, a lot of money, and they're going to try to make an example out of them. Guaranteed, within a couple months, we're going to see something drop. I mean, I can smell it. The funk is in the air. I think a lot of people can smell it. Now, hopefully, the person that gets hit is going to get a good lawyer and, as Nick Ricada said, pretty much bitch slap the FTC so hard that they're going to be seeing double vision. That's honestly, I think if you get a good lawsuit and someone who actually fights back like they should, and they really stick it to them, and they fight as hard as they can. Because, I mean, if you think about it, some of these channels, hundreds, maybe thousands of videos, if they're going to say, oh, well, we're going to sue you, we're going to fine you $40,000 per video. I mean, that's a huge chunk of change. So you better believe that some of these people would have to fight for their life, because that's essentially what they're doing. They're fighting for their livelihood. But if they really get struck down after the first lawsuit, then I think that's going to change things. So they're going to say, oh, maybe this was a bad idea. But, I mean, it still makes YouTube look bad. They threw the content creators under the bus. They threw us under the bus. I mean, how does that make you feel as a watcher here, as someone maybe who even makes content themselves? How does that make you feel knowing that YouTube fucked you over and fucked this website over? I mean, I guess you could say Google, the alphabet company. I mean, how does that make you feel that they did this? They paid their money, and it's like they washed their hands of it, That it's on us now, allegedly. But yeah. So we got an hour left, and then it is a whole new year, whole new decade, whole new era of bullshit. And I was watching some of Mr. Medicare's stream today, and it made me sad because just reminding me of all the stuff that I used to watch over the past 20, even a little more than 20 years. My folks had the internet, a long time ago, back when, before my parents got divorced in the mid 90s, we had the internet, and we had a 56K modem. We actually had a second phone line just for us to go on the internet. That's how serious my dad was at having the internet, at gaming. He played Doom and Duke Nukem and Wolfenstein 3D. He still games. He's in his 50s and he's playing Call of Duty. But but we had a 56K modem, and you'd load up a video, or not a video, but you load up a web page, and then you'd go to he'd go upstairs, get yourself a sandwich, cook some eggs, go back downstairs, the web page is only half loaded, go back upstairs, take a shit, come back downstairs. Oh, okay, I can take a look at this now, GeoCities, Those were the days. And then I got spoiled with newgrounds.com. I fucking loved newgrounds.com. I was on that website so much as a kid, as a teenager. I practically lived on it. I have a feeling that if I was in graphic design when I was at Auburn Career Center all those years ago, maybe I would have tried to knack at learning Flash and maybe doing some simple Flash animations because I really, really like Newgrounds and I wish I could have contributed better. All I did was watch shit, give some reviews and all that, and then that was pretty much it. But man, Newgrounds was just the shit. And I remember, it was the problems of the world today, or whatever the fuck the tagline was. And they had the Teletubby Funland that was all fucked up and shit, and oh my god, and the Clock Crew. That's where I first seen Foamy, the rabid bitchy squirrel from Neurotically Yours. I think the first thing I ever watched from him was his 5 More Minutes video. And I just got hooked, and I actually have some DVDs of Foamy. And what really sucks is, like, nowadays half of this shit's lost. Case in point, another guy I used to love watching when I was younger is he was on YouTube as Sexual Lobster, and then he's also known as the Greasy Moose. And he does these really awesome animations. And, some of my favorite ones that he did, I can't find anymore. They're not on his website. They're not on Newgrounds. And he hasn't posted them on YouTube. And I would have loved to have been able to see Love Fist, Organ Merchant. I think The Great Weed Drought of 03 is still available. I don't know if Fernando Hyde is, but, that just reminded me, it's like, wow, there's literally stuff that I would love to watch that I can't anymore because all of this shit is so, I don't even know what you would call it at this point. It's so quarantined that, like, they have to have stuff, all the red tape and all the, like, no one can have any fun anymore. And I can't believe that, if I ever do somehow get with someone and have a kid, I would be able to tell them, yeah, once upon a time, the internet was actually fun. And, honestly, I think the first problem that I think arose from the internet and why it is the way it is now is the rise of social media. And we used to all have fun with stuff like MySpace and all that, and Yahoo Instant Messenger, but with Facebook and Twitter and whatever the fuck else they have, Instagram and Tumblr and Bumbler and Bumbler, but and Snapchat, and everyone basically turns themselves into some kind of a keyboard warrior, and they have to stand up for a cause. And just like, don't you just want to have fun? Don't you just want to, I don't know, relax, enjoy yourselves, and just watch something that's stupid? Or play something that's stupid? And, like, I don't know when it happened, but I started to really enjoy people trolling people, because I find it funny, and people just, they take the fun away from it, and I'm just like, oh God. But yeah. So like going back, I was like, man, Newgrounds was awesome. When YouTube first started, it was it was so fun, you know. When you made videos, you could actually make like response videos to like other people's videos. That was so awesome, you know. And they took that away, and I was like, why? Why would you take that away? You know. And now like everyone and their mother are making a YouTube channel these days, and that doesn't necessarily bother me. But there was so much fun stuff that they had available that's gone now, you know. They had a rating system at one point. It was like a 5-star rating system. That was nice. Now it's just like a thumbs up, thumbs down, which you know, I guess that works all right, you know, for analytic purposes. You know, gives you a ratio kind of thing of how stuff is perceived for the most part. But you know, and the old look of YouTube was kind of cool. But it's crazy to think how much um, media on the internet is actually lost. You know, like you talk about like the film industry, and half of the film industry from, you know, 1950 and back is considered lost media because they they made it out of a material that was extremely flammable and very fragile. And two, you know, when World War II hit, that caused a lot of issues, at least for Europe. But you know, there was movies that no longer exist because the original negatives, uh, they they burst into flames. I mean, did you know that the original film negatives of Citizen Kane no longer exist? I mean, they had decent copies that they were able to use for, you know, restoration purposes, but the original negatives are gone. Um, you know, and the whole story about Metropolis and how, you know, even as recent as 2008, and this was like 12 years ago, they obtained like literally like 20 minutes of unused foot like not unused footage, but 20 minutes of footage they thought didn't exist anymore. And there's still like another 20 to 30 minutes of footage that is still lost. Now, for the most part, the movie is intact, uh, where it'll tell a coherent story. But I mean, think about it. That's 20 minutes. That's still a lot of footage. And this is like a near 3 hour movie. When it came to America, like they literally chopped it in half and like none of it made sense. You know, so that's why, you know, the American footage is still the best part of it, but it's still missing a lot. But I'll say though, if you want to watch Metropolis, definitely watch the Giorgio Moroder cut. It's awesome. That's the best way to watch it if you're gonna watch that movie. Uh, but yeah, up to 1950, half of the media that we created in the 20th century, you know, film is considered, you know, lost. You know, and what became, you know, lost media within, you know, 50, 60 years, you know, and the internet age has only been around publicly, you know, for about, I'm going to be generous and say 25 years. It's I would say it's probably closer to 30, but you know, 25 years. And within 25 years, there's already lost media involving the internet. And now we have a group of people, a group of corporations and even governments that are actively trying to erase stuff. That's very depressing. I've never been a fan of censorship. I've never been a fan of erasing history, even if it's considered bad history. When something happens, it happens. You can't just stick your head in the sand and make it go away. And like I said, just because you're not a fan of something doesn't mean you should tell other people that they are not allowed to watch it. Technically, if it's something that's considered illegal, that's different. But, not all of this stuff is illegal that they're talking about. They're literally saying, "Oh well, they're making fun of other people, and that's hate speech. That shouldn't be allowed." So, I'll be honest. Most of comedy is at the expense of someone else. You could say some comedy would be, racist, sexist, homophobic. Unfortunately, that's kind of how comedy is. It's at the expense of others in most cases. If you have something that's so vanilla and so safe, it's just fucking boring. Who wants that? Who wants vanilla, boring comedy? And that be it. That would, oh my God. That's just retarded. Oh, I said a bad word. They might demonetize me. Luckily, I don't monetize my shit anyway. But, oh my God. It just bugs the shit out of me, really. Really it does. But, so let's see. Going back earlier, dropping the ball. So yeah, I mentioned YouTube. YouTube's a big one. That's definitely a good one to mention. But who else dropped the ball in my opinion? WWE 2K20. Let's just say Take-Two Interactive in general. But WWE 2K20. Holy shit. That is fucking hilarious. I don't know if I've ever seen a game that looked that buggy and a game that actually looks worse than previous years. I guess that's what happens when you get rid of the developers and you have, a whole new group of people say, "Here you go. Finish this game." Oh man, if that wasn't bad enough, then their Twitter account got hacked. Oh God. Yeah, I think they dropped the ball on that one. Real big, actually. Oh man. And the funniest thing is, I almost bought that game. I almost bought that game, and I'm so glad I didn't, because I would have looked like a fucking moron paying $60 goddamn dollars for a game that is so broken that it doesn't even work right. It would be funny, but then it'd be like, wow, I actually paid $60 for this. Now, if it was $20, I would get it just for the laughs. But $60, I could use that money elsewhere. Let's see, who else? Who else really fucked up? Well, I think Funimation kind of screwed themselves over, deeming that one thing is bad while kind of ignoring everything else that's you could argue is either equally bad or even worse. So let's take it back to right after Dragon Ball Super Broly came out. So successful, made millions of dollars. And then, someone posts a tweet. They post a tweet saying, "Why are you letting this pedophile, voice act in your movies?" And apparently, later on, it was believed that they were probably talking about a different person. But the voice actors that didn't like Vic Mignogna took this as their opportunity to strike like an RKO from out of nowhere. And they gang raped Vic Mignogna so bad that he's considered toxic, right? And he gets really depressed, justifiably speaking. All his so-called friends that he, worked with for years, they turn their back on him. They're saying the worst shit about him. And they're basically telling him that, he can't do what he loves to do. And the only course of option he has at this point is to fight back, to salvage what he has left of his credibility so he can continue to do what he loves and he can actually have a chance to make money. And then they cry victim. They actually cry victim over this. And they get mad because people actually are sympathetic to Vic Mignogna and they donate for his legal defense. And they get mad when people call out on their bullshit and say, where's the fucking proof? They get mad that they still like the guy. Yet it seems like a lot of these voice actors, especially that are on the anti-Vic Mignogna bandwagon, they don't seem to give a shit about their fans. And it's like, wow, I've been into anime ever since I was a child. My parents were into it. My dad was huge into Macross and like Dirty Pair, like Tenchi Muyo, like a lot of the old shit, Star Blazers, Vampire Hunter D, Akira. So I got into it at a very, 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 very young age. Like, I was watching shit that was dubbed by Streamline. And I look at this, and I've never really been a big fan of Vic Mignogna, but I was very sympathetic because I was like, they took a guy that was beloved by a lot of people, in some instances considered polarizing because everyone's heard the rumors. Even my wife, she met Greg and Chris Ayres, and she heard Chris Ayres not say very good things about Vic Mignogna. And so a lot of people heard the rumors, that he wasn't easy to work with. But then they all of a sudden talked about, he's sexually assaulting his fellow voice actors, and he's sexually assaulting, his female fans who, are really, really young, and so we have hundreds of people that can come forward, and they can't seem to name really anybody but a couple people, and none of them are underage, and he basically nothing he did was actually considered exactly illegal, but it's turned into this big shit show, and it's costing everyone money. And all he would have accepted at this point, the funniest thing is, he would have been fine going back to work, doing his thing, maybe even just getting an apology. But they keep on standing by these voice actors that are literally fucking over their industry. And like, since all this happened, I haven't bought a single goddamn thing brand new from Funimation. I have no interest. Like I said, I have been buying anime used. Especially if it's from Funimation. If it's from Funimation, fuck it, I'm buying it used. Half the shit I like is out of print anyway. So it's not like I would be able to buy a lot of this stuff new. And it pains me too, because I saw that Funimation re-released Record of Lodoss War. Huge fan of that show. I've been a fan of Record of Lodoss War for a very, very, very long time. And I'm like, fuck. If I buy it new, I'm supporting these assholes. But buying it used in some instances, I have to pay more because when I saw it at FYE, it was actually on sale for like $30. But buying it on, buying it used, I'm buying it incomplete. I was just like, fuck. So I don't know. But like I said, it's just one of those things I think about. It's like, why do I want to pay money and support an industry that does not respect me and isn't appreciated? They're not appreciative of me and other people that actually buy this shit new. Go to the conventions, meet the voice actors. That was one thing that no one, and I mean no one, argued up until this point about Vic Mignogna, is that he was good to his fans. And the same cannot be said for a lot of these other people. And oh boy, it has been quite the shit show. It has been quite the shit show, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see, what else? Who else has really dropped the ball this year? I was going to say, if I look at someone posted on the video something. Let me check a look here. Oh, well, let's see. My buddy Cody Belmont, he also agrees about the 2K games. He mentions Blizzard. Let's not forget about Blizzard and that whole Chinese thing. Oh my God. How could I have forgotten about that? So, they have, Hearthstone or whatever the fuck it's called, that card game. And, one of their big players is a Chinese dude. I think his name is Blitzchung. And he was interviewed by a I don't know exactly what they were. I think they were technically employed by Blizzard. And they were interviewing this guy. This guy literally just was like, liberate Hong Kong. And then they freaked out. They actually jumped, I think, out of the set, so they weren't even seen. And it became this huge shit show. This player got banned for a year or two, and he actually won up to what was it, $10,000 in prize money, and they took it away from him. And then the I think they're called casters or whatever that were interviewing this guy, they got fired. It wasn't even their fault. They didn't know what was going to happen, but they got fired, and people started getting really pissed about it. Because it's like, wow, basically. Maybe you shouldn't get political when it comes to video games, but, this guy literally just said, liberate Hong Kong. And you're basically taking a stand and saying, oh, yeah, pro-China, yeah, because, China gives us all the money. So, they started using that one Chinese character in Overwatch as a symbol of, Hong Kong's freedom. And then they, I think there was a statue that was supposed to be made of this character, and they took it off the pre-order list because I was like, we're not going to get involved in this. So then there were talks about their Blizzard convention and that there were going to be protesters. I think there might have been a protest outside, people holding umbrellas or something like that. And it really all stems from, people not liking the fact that, I guess the, the Chinese, is he an emperor? The dictator or whatever? They call him Winnie the Pooh, and he wasn't really happy about that. He actually banned South Park from China. He's been banning everything that references Winnie the Pooh and all that shit. But the fact that they really jumped onto that, and it pissed off a lot of people. And everyone always talks about when it comes to movies, oh, how much money does it make in China because it's a lot of money. But the thing is that a lot of these film companies put stuff in to cater to China. So if they say anything that badmouths China in any way, even if it's some kind of reference, they immediately are like, yeah, we're not going to show this, and they lose a lot of money. So a lot of people will basically bend the knee to China for the extra money because China has money. Um, Another thing is that China uh, was sponsored a lot of the NFL, not NFL, NBA players, and there is an issue with that too. I completely forgot about that actually. Let's see, what else did my friend Cody Belmont mention? Elizabeth Banks preemptively crying sexism about Charlie's Angels. So, yeah, I didn't even realize that they made a new Charlie's Angels movie, and apparently no one else did because it sucked so bad. I think uh it only made like what, a few $1 million, and the budget was decent. So they pretty much lost money on it. And let's see what else he's got on there. Um Simpsons for removing the Michael Jackson episode. I mean, okay, so I didn't watch the Leaving Neverland documentary. I have no interest in watching the Leaving Neverland documentary. I think a lot of that's bullshit. Um, I find it funny that 10 years since Michael Jackson's death, and they're still going after him over this, and they're doing whatever they can to try to paint the illest picture on this man. And you would think if he actually did what they claim that he has done, they make it sound like he was so sloppy and all this, but with how protective he was about his drug issue, you would think that if something happened, we probably wouldn't know about it. But all that we've honestly seen has just been accusations. There's never been any actual physical evidence. So the fact that all these people are jumping on the bandwagon is just ridiculous to me. What is that one? Oh, sorry. What is that one line that I remember hearing? It's like, they came for blah, 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 and I said nothing because I was not blah, blah, blah. And then it progresses to a wider group, and then a wider group, and eventually it actually gets to you. I mean, I feel like we're getting to that point. So, like, whenever I see some bullshit, I honestly call it out. That's just me. But let's see what we got. We got another half hour. I'm gonna try my best to stay up until midnight, and then I'll go to bed, and then I'll go to work in the morning. Work. But I gotta tell you some good things. I think that Doug TenNapel really knocked it out of the park with that Earthworm Jim book. I honestly wish that my wife would have been able to see it. I think she would have been very impressed. The story was really good. The art was good. I loved the quality of the product in terms of the presentation, with it being a huge book for starters and hardbound. It feels like a nice book. I read it in one sitting. It's like 160 pages, and it flew by. It was an easy read. It was fun. it was funny, and I really hope that he makes more because it says it's book one, so you'd think that he's gonna do more. Um, but if he does another one, I'm definitely gonna back it. It was definitely worth getting. Um, and yeah, let's see what else. What else should I talk about? I'll tell you what I miss. I miss Dick Clark. I used to love watching his New Year's specials every year. You know, even after he had the stroke. You know, just really hasn't been the same with him gone. Oh boy, uh, this year sucked so much. I'm so glad for it to be over. I am so glad for it to be over. But you know what? I normally don't drink by myself, but fuck it. I got Bailey's. Maybe I should just loosen up just a little bit. I actually have a bottle of Walking Dead wine, and I can't get the damn cork open. I don't know where my corkscrew is. So just fuck it. I'll break out the Irish cream. Ah. Oh boy. Kind of clears the sinus passages a little bit. Oh man. So but let's see what to expect next year. 2020. Well, there will be an election. I mean, there's not anything that excuse me. Excuse me. But there's going to be an election. Not sure what to expect by it. I don't think the Democrats are going to do so well. Oh man, I'm allergic to bullshit, as you can see. But yeah, who knows? They had some good candidates, but I don't think we're gonna deal with. Oh god damn, allergies! I fucking hate them. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna have anything really, really good. Let's see. Is there anything fun to look at before the end of the year? Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what? I just thought of something that'd be really funny to watch. Please tell me that I can find this video. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. That's it. Okay. I'm going to mute the mic so I could blow my nose. And then I'm going to play this little 2-minute clip that Mr. Mediker did for Guru Larry. It is funny shit. Let me just mute the mic.
I like monkeys. I like monkeys. The pet store was selling them for 5 cents a piece. I thought that odd since they were normally a couple thousand each. I decided not to look a gift horse in the mouth. I bought 200. I like monkeys. I took my 200 monkeys home. I have a big car. I let one drive. His name was Sigmund. He was retarded. In fact, none of them were really bright. They kept punching themselves in their genitals. I laughed. Then they punched my genitals. I stopped laughing. I herded them into my room. They didn't adapt very well to their new environment. They would screech, hurl themselves off the couch at high speeds, and slam into the wall. Although humorous at first, the spectacle lost its novelty halfway into the 3rd hour. 2 hours later, I found out why all the monkeys were so inexpensive. They all died. No apparent reason. They all just sort of dropped dead. Kind of like when you buy a goldfish and it dies 5 hours later. Damn cheap monkeys. I didn't know what to do. There were 200 dead monkeys lying all over my room. On the bed, in the dresser, hanging from the bookcase. It looked like I had 200 throw rugs. I tried to flush one down the toilet. It didn't work. It got stuck. Then I had one dead, wet monkey and 199 dead, dry monkeys. I tried pretending that they were just stuffed animals. That worked for a while. That is until they began to decompose. It started to smell real bad. I had to pee, but there was a dead monkey in the toilet, and I didn't want to call the plumber. I was embarrassed. I tried to slow down the decomposition by freezing them. Unfortunately, there were only enough room for 2 monkeys at a time, so I had to change them every 30 seconds. I also had to eat all the food in the freezer so it didn't all go bad. I tried burning them. Little did I know my bed was flammable. I had to extinguish the fire. Then I had one dead, wet monkey in my toilet, 2 dead frozen monkeys in my freezer, and 197 dead charred monkeys in a pile on my bed. The odor wasn't improving. I became agitated at my inability to dispose of my monkeys and to use the bathroom. I severely beat one of my monkeys. I felt better. I tried throwing them away, but the garbage man said the city wasn't allowed to dispose of charred primates. I told him that I had a wet one. He couldn't take that one either. I didn't bother asking about the frozen ones. I finally arrived at a solution. I gave them out as Christmas gifts. My friends didn't know quite what to say. They pretended that they liked them, but I could tell they were lying. Ingrates. So I punched them in the genitals. I like monkeys.
So there you have it. A hidden story about 200 dead monkeys that's more entertaining and memorable than the games they're burned on.
Alrighty. But yeah, I thought that was fucking hilarious. Anyway, let's see. We have about 20 minutes left. Oh my god. I just want this year to be over with already. So the moon crashes down, YouTube bursts into flames, and we all go back to watching DVDs or some shit like that. Oh man. Wonder how many people are getting drunk right now hoping that the world ends. Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna have some more Baileys. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Ah. Yes, Kruger, I love you too. Move aside, please. My cat is all over my ass for some reason. Okay. Ah, man. What else should I... What to do? What to do? Is that even... It's probably way too loud, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's way too loud. Let me pause that. I didn't even press play on the fucking video to just played it. Okay. Oh boy. So, how was your year, guys? Probably better than mine. Ah, man. I will say that there was some funny shit on the internet, but there was a lot of sad stuff. But oh man, I don't know what else. Just trying to. I don't know how people can do it going on live for so long. I don't know how people do it. Spreader almost is that on Warhammer and Chaos. So yeah, I heard that Spoonie ain't doing so well. That's a damn shame. He I think a lot of people liked him. And just kind of wasting away, being a complete shithead to people, you know, pretty much unwarranted too, because some people actually legit want to help him, and he doesn't actually want to help himself. You know, he's just doing the whole poor, pitiful me thing. You know, he's literally a walking country song. You know, he lost his girlfriend, he lost his dog, he lost his car, he's losing his house, you know. He's prepared to be homeless, you know, and then he's still bitching on Twitter about everything that's wrong with his life, and instead of actually, literally, if he just started making some fucking videos, he just talks about, oh, I'm so depressed. Yeah, I get it. I have depression too. You know? I would think I have a reason to be depressed. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but no, I get it. I get how debilitating depression can be when you just don't want to do anything. You know, I've had those days where I wake up and it's like, I don't even want to fucking get out of bed. You know, I get it. But unfortunately, sometimes you just have to get up and you have to continue. You have to do things, you know, for yourself. You have to actually take care of yourself, and you have to live. You know, you have to work. You have to, you know, put food on your plate. And his job, essentially, was making those fucking YouTube videos. That's all he had to do. And he was good at it, too. They practically were like nothing for him. He could just make one and practically make one in his sleep. And it was entertaining. You know? And it's a damn shame. Like, I was even watching some, you know, earlier this year. I love the videos he did on, you know, the Atmosphere games. He did 2 of them. You know, the red-brown stuff that he did. You know, even, his old ones are still funny to watch, you know. His series involving, you know, Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy X were really entertaining. But he just stopped. And then, you know, he's been doing, you know, a live stream once every full moon, it seems like. And and you know, some people are still giving him money on Patreon. You know, I think some of it might honestly be out of pity. And it seems like he just doesn't care. I'm kind of worried about him at this point. You know, what? Is this guy just gonna let himself die? Is he suicidal? It seems like he doesn't care about himself anymore. I'm wondering if he's gonna end up. I know Brad, the cinema snob, the cinema snob, offered, I guess, from what I've heard, to take him in. You know, I'm sure that his parents would take him in if they had to. You'd have to go back to, I guess, Arizona. You know, but he's got people that care about him. I'm sure he knows that, but it's like he doesn't even want to try anymore, and it's pathetic. You know? Yeah. But it is what it is, I guess. Oh boy. So yeah, I'm sure some people are getting drunk at Times Square and all that. I don't understand, honestly, the interest in going to Times Square. All those people. It just seems much. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. So, but yeah, let's take our time to talk about how nice it is that we do still have some alternatives to YouTube, but they're not very noticed. I mean, we've had Daily Motion for forever. Same thing with Vimeo. But BitChute, I think BitChute has a lot of potential, but we'll see what happens with it. I mean, if they can't sustain it, then it's gonna go away, just like all the others. VidMe looked like it was promising, and they got rid of that. StreamMe, they're gone. Who knows what's gonna happen with DLive? But well, I guess we'll have to see what happens. But I like the fact that it really supports freedom of speech. I mean, it even shows nudity, which I'm honestly kind of surprised about. But it's honestly, it's like they take everything that YouTube is just bitching out on, and they just run with it, and it's nice. I mean, it still needs a lot of work. Their navigation for that site is completely fucked up, but I'm sure they have to start somewhere. Oh my god, I can't breathe at all. These allergies are just the worst. But oh my god, I have like 10 minutes left. 10 minutes. And then the new year, we can open the back door and be like, get the fuck out of here, 2019. We don't want you anymore. Go, get the fuck out. And then welcome in 2020 and be like, hey, wipe your feet before you get in here. Don't track all your shit, and please let me actually have a good day tomorrow. But oh my god. But it's like, why does everything that we like always seem to have to be ruined all the time? That's just something I've noticed. It's just annoying, I guess. It's just annoying. But yeah, got 10 minutes. Well, okay, technically 12 minutes, but close enough. Do I even really want to, though? I honestly feel like I should just be like, you know what? I'll let these last 10 minutes be to yourself. It's kind of what I feel like I want to do. What did Bethesda do that was so bad this year? Did they do anything bad? I mean, did they do anything? I mean, I know that, like, Fallout 76 was a shit show, but that was, like, what, a year ago? But, yeah. I don't know. But, I mean, in all seriousness, though, guys. In all seriousness. 2019 was a rough year. for me personally, had constant shit going on, and of all things that happened, after all the time trying to take care of my wife and get her on track and try to get her on the list to get a kidney transplant. And she's no longer here, and I'm just sitting in this house alone. It just sucks. I had 10.5 years with her. And that was it. And then afterwards, the car stopped working twice, had to have that fixed. So, but I just want this year to be over with, and I want this next year to at least be a little bit better, at least start going up from here. But yeah, I don't know. I do not know. But let's see. How much time do we have left? Jesus Christ. 9 minutes. Oh my God. So the Switch has been fun. I've enjoyed playing that. I honestly don't play the PS4 nearly as much anymore. It's been keeping me occupied, and I've been getting back into Magic the Gathering, which I'm kind of surprised about, but, I've tried Keyforge. That's an interesting little game. So basically, the guy who made Magic the Gathering made a card game where you make keys. And when you make 3 of them, you win. And that's it. Now, when you make the keys, your opponent is going to try to make keys too. And then they're going to try to stop you from making the keys. And that's the game. And it's surprisingly fun. You'd think, why would a game be fun when all you do is make keys? Well, let me tell you something. One of my favorite board games is you trying to find a key. And just think, in this card game, instead of trying to find a key, you make them. And then the possibilities are endless. But yeah. But that was entertaining. I was surprised, but yeah, Keyforge is fun. I like the fact that it's not technically a trading card game. You just buy a deck and then you use it, and that's it. So you buy them by the deck. You don't essentially make your own deck. So it makes it a lot more affordable to play than Magic the Gathering, which is nice. Because the fact that really good cards can cost $50, $60, $70, even over $100 is fucking ridiculous. You know, it's like, oh, I'm gonna pay like $300 for this card. It's just a little piece of cardboard, and that'll help you win your game. I don't understand why someone would want to do that, but they do. They do every day. They buy little pieces of cardboard for lots of money to boost their game up. But then again, some people buy code, and they buy, hunks of plastic and all that. I mean, I guess we justify what it's worth to us, the various things that we buy and collect. So, I guess that's that. But, let's see. 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes, and this stream will end. And then 2020 shall begin. And 2020 will be all the difference. Will it be a good year? Will it be a bad year? Nobody really knows. All we really know, is this year was really bad. And then you think, in theory, it can't get worse, can it? And then you play that meme, but it did get worse. But yeah. I almost feel like I should just fake it and just play like a little countdown, and then be like, "Hey, year's over." There's 2 minutes left. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. But yeah. Oh boy. Let's see. No. Uh-oh. Something just got picked. Wait, nope. Fuck it. Let's get that out of there. We're not gonna do that. Let's see. Someone's got to be popping up some kind of... No, I'm not going to do a Times Square thing because that would be really fucking stupid. But I want to watch the damn ball drop. I bet other people do too. Fuck it. Who even cares? I mean... Oh, wait, what? Really? That was actually on? Live? Really? Well, I guess it was. It's the Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve live stream. I guess they actually had it on. I think it's supposed to be, what, CVS or something like that? Yeah. Oh, wow, there's 60,000 people watching that, huh? Wait a minute. This guy has 500 subscribers. I mean, I only have 100, but this guy's pretty much taking it from... This is gonna get so claimed. It's gonna get so claimed. see. No. No. John Lennon's gonna claim me. But he's dead. His wife is gonna claim me. What time is it? It's gotta be like, yeah. We're at the final minute, I believe. Yeah. There we go. It's midnight. Happy New Year. Good riddance to 2019. It's finally over and done with. I somehow managed to stay up. And that's all I'm going to do. So I guess that's all I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna go to bed now. So let's play some Jack Stauber before I actually end this, just to bring it on home. Jesus Christ. This computer feels like it's running off a Dorito or something.
Alright, I'm gonna do this real quiet because I think you're sleeping.
Alrighty. Well, with that said, good night, guys. Let's hope that this year is going to be at least better in the general speaking. And with that said, good night and good luck. Till next time.